Hi ladies and gentlemen, it is me, Erica, Goddess of Magi, and this is the very first video in my Burgh Witch series where we are exploring the occult side of Pittsburgh. We are looking at all of the mystical shops, talking with the owners, and getting to know more about them. So let me introduce my first guest, and I'm so sorry. What is your first name again?
Kelly.
Kelly. Kelly owns the Weeping Glass. And is this considered Mount Washington, or?
This is actually Allentown, so it's a little neighborhood right between like Mount Washington, South Side, Beltsuver. We're kind of like nestled in there, like next to Mount Oliver, I would say.
And this is Arlington?
This is Warrington. Arlington's the intersection that's coming down, so we're right at the crossroads between Arlington and Warrington.
That's how I got here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I have taken a look at her shop, and she has a very unique backstory. Although she is not necessarily a witchcraft shop, this is the type of place where us witches and those who practice the occult would feel right at home. So tell me a little bit about how your shop got started.
Really, my best friend and I have been artists for years, and we've been working together, and we always did like weird artwork that was never accepted anywhere. We could only do Halloween shows. We could never get away with the regular art shows, and so we kind of like went off on our own and did a website and started traveling with our artwork, and we started like a live show. I brought other artists in, and we've been traveling for years, and really never had like a space.
Yeah.
So when this neighborhood started getting like the weird underground, occult, darker aesthetic kind of businesses up here, one of our friends contacted us and said, hey, there's a space for rent. And I had the itch for a long time. So basically I jumped on it. I told Aaron, I was like, I think I just rented us a storefront. We got to go. So
yes.
so it kind of, there was like no plan.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. It was just like, it was a thing where I really wanted it. I felt like it needed to happen. It was time, you know, and I really wanted to try my hand at like renting a big space. I've always done like pop-up projects and like one-night events and just a place to like house us and all of our friends too.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's right, you mentioned house a lot of your friends. As I was exploring the store, I actually noticed that although they have a lot of their own products, you also outsource some of your products.
We do, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about some of the things that you do outsource.
So we do everything independent and small business. We network. We find people on Instagram and connect with them as well. Our candles are outsourced from North Avenue Candle. Really talented candle maker. She's willing to work with us on whatever harebrained crazy idea that we have. And she's got a really good product. She's right here in Mount Lebanon. We work with my friend Amanda, who's Diasteme Creations, and she creates all of our tea blends. So we work with her. Morbid Curiosity, they're a couple that's based out of Cali, I believe, or Washington, somewhere very West Coast. And they're like an independent, like just basically game maker, and they make like the Morbid Curiosity games, the Memento Mori sets.
Yeah,
so,
when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, what is that?
Yeah, Flowers from the Dead, that's our Oracle deck that we have, and so those are all drawn, and one woman produces those, so those are totally independent. We have artists like Chad Savage, who is a Halloween artist that specializes in everything spooky and like horror. Oh my goodness, I could go on and on. Madam Talbot is our posters that we have over there. Voodoo Velvet, they do all of the little creatures over there that you see.
Oh yes,
yeah,
those are cute for like little altar things too for witchy people.
They're really cute. Billy Bones is a good friend of ours. He's the one that provides us with all of our buffalo teeth, coyote teeth, porcupine quills, owl pellets, all of the like natural history things that you were seeing, and a lot of our stones that we have, like little loose stones we have sitting around, that's all him. So we've been working with him for 10 years. Matt Lake, he's a writer. He does our H.H. Holmes wine bottle fronts and backs.
Love it.
But yeah, Pure Vile, he's based out of New York. He builds all kinds of insane jewelry out of like found objects. Decoratus Curious provides us with a lot of like Victorian clothes and
They
like
stand out of the way so you guys can see that. That is really cool.
Yeah, she does all like the natural and found object mirrors that you see around with like the horns. So yeah, I mean, I could go on and on and on for a really long time. Like Steph.
And guys, don't worry, I will show you parts of the shop. Don't worry.
Yeah, basically, if it's cool and we find our kin, you know, we invite them in. So
love that phrase.
So that's kind of how we operate. Is we just meet weird kids all over the place that do some amazingly cool things, and now we have a platform for them. So, and we not only can sell in shop for them, but we can also sell online. So
love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay. So when did this actually open up?
We opened in October of 2017.
Okay.
So we're going into our 4th year now.
Okay. Happy birthday.
Thanks. October 1st is our birthday, actually, so real close.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. So, okay, tell me a little bit, because one of the things that fascinated me, just taking a look around the shop, was a lot of like taxidermy, skulls, those types of items. And so tell me a little bit about the backstory as to why you enjoy those things so much and what you get from this earthly element that you are conveying through your shop.
So, I mean, it's like I was saying earlier to you, you know, everything is kind of connected. Everything, be it energy around minerals, be it the earth, be it animal, be it man, be it water, be it wind. It's all made of the same molecular structure and energy.
Yes.
So I do believe it all 100% connects. So I'm fascinated with anything that is natural history. And most of our taxidermy that's in here is we did not create in any way, shape, or form. None of these animals were hurt for our benefit. They were simply found and purchased. Like we have a white albino deer in here, which is absolutely fascinating to me. The fact that somebody shot that thing and mounted it breaks my heart, but it's now in a space that it's like 100% appreciated and adorned. It's no longer a trophy. You know, it's kind of part of like our home and who we are. So, and like we have Dippy, the two-faced calf that we were talking about earlier, and he's an anomaly. And, you know, a lot of people have the misconception that like they're raised in circuses, but really they don't live very long. They don't live long enough. Dippy lived 7 hours. Most of them don't. I was telling you earlier, the longest living one was like a year and a half. Yeah. So it's just the fact that cows cannot produce twins, and there's this natural anomaly where there would be this two-faced thing that is so strange and interesting and different, and that nature is capable of doing that, and the ebb and flow of life and death. That's kind of where I'm coming from with all of it, where this full circle that we run, a lot of the times, especially nowadays, we forget about the end part, which is extremely important. It is just as important as the life you live. It is just as celebrated as someone's birth. You know, we as a culture have abandoned that. Particularly Western civilization has completely abandoned that. You know, you have cultures that actually spend their whole lives building their own coffins and putting everything in it that they want to take with them. You know, so that's kind of where I'm coming from as far as like the taxidermy and like all of the natural bone and life and death, and that's kind of what the focus of our shop is. When we say like natural history or taxidermy, like it's got a little bit of a deeper meaning for us than just some stuff in the shop. You know, just some trophies. Sense. Yeah. Exactly.
And guys, if you come and you visit, I mean, it's honestly not like you're going to be walking around like, oh my God, there's a... Now, some people might, say, oh my God, there's a stuffed whatever it is that you might see, or there's a skeleton, or, you know, whatever you're seeing around the shop, porcupine quills. But keep in mind that, like she said, you know, it all comes from the earth, and if you're watching this segment, 9 times out of 10, you're going to resonate with that. You're going to feel comfortable with that, and it's not strange at all, for me at least. So I would love for you all to come down here and check this out. the next thing that we're going to do is we're just going to take a little walk around the shop to show you guys just exactly the kind of aesthetic that she has going on up here. All right, guys, so this is Dippy, okay? As she was talking about, I just want you guys to read that sign. We are not allowed to touch Dippy. Do not disrespect. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's sad too. And can you tell us that backstory about Dippy?
So Dippy was born on a farm, like most cows. Not in a zoo, not for a circus. This was a natural anomaly that happens. It is most common in cows because they have like multiple stomachs and extra organs. It is much harder for them to give birth to twins, and so this is kind of what happens when that cell starts splitting. They don't live long at all. You know, there is this common misconception, and there is you know, like this wives' tale that they live in sideshows, but honestly, like Dippy made it 7 hours. The longest living one was 1.5 years. His name was Lucky, and he lived and died on the farm that he was born. So there is like a kind of a common wives' tale about the two-faced calves. That's not necessarily true.
Yeah, every time you say it, it's so sad, but it happens, and that's kind of the energy that I get from this. Is it's not about really feeling sorry or feeling bad. It's this honor and respect and acceptance and understanding of this natural cycle. We might not necessarily know why things like this happen, but they have to happen, and I love that you're highlighting it, and that it is a great talking point for your shop.
It really is, yeah.
It really is.
And a lot of people don't believe it's real. We were, you know, we were very careful.
Guys, I mean,
yeah.
If you were here in person, I know my crappy little camera does not do it justice, but this is real. This is real, okay? But you get that, so you get people who don't think it's real?
Over here's the photo of his skull. So Billy actually has his skull at home. It hasn't made it the way to the shop yet because it is super rare. So he has it in his house, but this is the photo of his actual skull.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Isn't it? Fascinating, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a better word, actually, than crazy, you know? It really is fascinating. All right. Let's take a look at another nook here in the store. All right, guys, so we are back, and we are in the front of her store here, and there's so many cute little products, and she is going to tell us about a few of these.
Well, this one you're particularly interested in, so we're going to start with this one. This is Morbid Curiosity. It's a game about death.
I love it.
We thought we were experts on the subject, you know, because we spend so much time surrounded by it. But this is a really good conversation game that you can like sit down, and I mean, it asks some really hard questions. It's got some like trivia,
okay,
like the word pallbearer. Like, do you know what it means? What a pall is? Like, you know, like, is it the cloth that's thrown over? Is it, you know, like, so it's some
that's
trivia.
interesting.
And then it's also a conversation game where it actually really gets you thinking about things. So, and not necessarily in a bad way. You know, when people think like morbidity, you know, they think it's going to go to a bad place. You know, like the hardest question I think we faced in here was, how do you think you're going to die? And really, it was kind of like, oh shit,
right?
Like,
you know,
wow. No, you know, so it's a really interesting game. I highly recommend it. It's a huge deck, and they actually have an expansion pack that we're getting called Memento Mori soon.
Ooh,
so, yeah.
Okay.
And these are like all of our little tees. So we do our very own set of loose leaf tees. We looked everywhere, high and low, for like the right kind of tee for our shop. And these are actually the Halloween ones, so these are the October offerings.
Ooh, right on time.
I got a little bit of something for everyone. And
Love it.
Yeah, and then like These are like the originals. So these are the original packs, which we have like a chai, an Earl Grey, a really good herbal, and a great floral. So,
and guys, dig the artwork. And could you tell us about that artwork?
Yeah, so we design a lot of our own labels here. Myself and my business partner we're graphic designers. And so we wanted kind of this shop to have a feel and an aesthetic, not only when like the walls and the ceiling or the floor or whatever, we wanted it in the products too. So that the products kind of reflect like who we are.
Yes.
So we kind of came up with our own labels. We did the same with some of our candles as well. And then, you know, contacted friends of ours that are very good at like mixing teas and sourcing teas, making candles, and asked if they wanted to collaborate on some things. And they've honestly, our collaborations have been like one of the best things that we've done at the shop. We have a blast doing them, and all the people that we collaborate with are really excited to do something a little strange.
I love it. It is definitely, this oddities feeling. And, like I said, I mean, anybody who is almost, think of that quote from Beetlejuice where Lydia says, I myself am strange and unusual.
Yep.
So I feel like this shop, whether you're a witch, you're into the occult, you love Halloween, you're into the strange and unusual, earth magic, anything really that you've seen in this video, if it tickles your fancy, you've got to come down here. And these are some very cool soaps.
Yeah, these are all cold pressed soaps made by a couple at Cellar Door. This is their Halloween line.
Love it.
The Blood Magic has been the most popular one.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's like a blood orange.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see the purple, too.
Yeah. Yeah, so those are great.
All right. And what are these little guys down here?
These dudes actually have a pretty cool story. Voodoo Velvet is the artist that we are behind this. These guys have their own little world. It's called the Above Below world, and some of them live in the above and some of them live in the below.
That's cool.
But in the Above Below world, the sun is on the inside and the darkness is on the outside.
Oh, wow. What a twist. Plot twist.
Yeah. So these creatures all reside. It comes with like a map of where all they're from.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But they're sculpted and then they're 3D printed. And so while you'll never get like two of the same one because she hand paints all of them. And then there's a couple of shops around Pittsburgh that all have their own exclusive. This is ours. This is the Norix.
Oh.
The yellow is over at Black Forge. Trundle Manor has their own. The Bicycle Museum has their own. So they kind of make one figure that's exclusively sold in each shop and then also include all their other creatures from all over their little world.
Look at that guy, guys. I don't know how to feel about him. I'm getting like purple people eater vibes.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah.
Look at these unique little creatures.
Yeah. So they have a whole story and a website. You can go check them out and check out all the characters.
Love it. All right. And last but not least, what is this cute little area here?
These are the majority of our scents. We're kind of sold down right now. We got hit pretty hard last weekend when we used all of our Halloween stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we carry Seance perfumes and also the Parlor Co. Seance, she is based out of California. She does roll-ons, room sprays, embalming oils, which are basically just body oils. She does all kinds of really cool products, and her whole line is kind of like spiritualism based.
Okay.
So I have a scent like Laveau,
yes.
The Undertaking, Man of Letters, so all of her stuff, the Wardian Case. So she's heavily based in like spiritualism, like the Victorian spiritualism sort of era. And then these are all done by the Parlor Co. And these are all Victorian inspired scents. And like there's a bath salt, the morning bath salt.
Beautiful.
Yeah. We got little soaps, lip embalmer.
Cute.
Yes. Little tonic water.
Aww.
So.
Ooh.
Yeah, Billy does those.
I love it.
Yeah, they're all over the shop. I don't know if you noticed or not. We have a bunch up front too. They're all in the cases. Yeah. They're hanging out all over the place.
There's so many guys.
Yeah.
When I say there's so much, like, you're gonna need to take at least an hour in here to take it all in. And when I say take it all in, like, look at every single thing here. It is amazing. It is amazing. So I know that there might be some different hours due to COVID or what have you. But can you tell us when is the best time to catch you this Halloween season in here?
So we have been open every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 12 to 5.
Okay.
Those are our regular hours. However, if our schedule does not accommodate you, you are welcome to call us or shoot us an email and be like, hey, I want to come visit. Would this time work? And if it works for us, we'll gladly give you like a little private viewing of the place. We don't mind at all.
Oh, perfect. Well, I would like to personally thank you again for coming out into the unknown with me and being the first guest on Burgh Witches.
Thank you. I feel honored.
You are very welcome. And guys, again, please, if you get a chance, come in, check out this beautiful shop. Purchase whatever you need to. I mean, it is the Halloween season, so again, you might not necessarily be a witch or what have you, but it has something here for everyone. You don't have to be one thing to enjoy this. So as always, stay witchy. I love you.